Hi, let's talk about the July astrology and the aromatherapy that will support it. So July is feeling a little more mellower to me, astrologically speaking. There's lots of like minutia connections between the planets, especially the moon, right? The moon goes around the solar system every single month and touches off, activates every single thing going on in the sky. But that can get like overwhelming to try and tune into like all those different things. So I'm just going to kind of talk about some highlights of the highlights. And then there's some more details listed on an article on my website, SheridanSemple.com. You can go and find more details and all the dates and everything that we're talking about today. So let's focus on the big themes and feel a little ease with the astrology in July. So first up, the sky viewing at night. So in the morning sky, we have Jupiter and Saturn. And in the evening sky, we have Mars and Venus. So definitely get out there and check out Venus. And Venus and Mars are coming closer and closer together every night until Venus goes retrograde, which happens in July. And then they'll move apart again. But Venus will go retrograde. It's going to catch up with the sun. And then we won't see Venus for a little bit until she pops up into the morning sky. And we start the whole new 19-month Venus cycle in Leo starting in August. So that's like big, exciting stuff coming. So first off, we have the Capricorn full moon on July 3rd. And this full moon is out of bounds, just meaning it's going out of the boundaries of where the sun can go. And so it adds this kind of wild card element to an already conservative speaking Capricorn full moon. So Capricorn's practical. It's that grandmother energy that's like been around the block and knows what's going on and how to do things. So I think with that out of bounds aspect, we could just feel a little bit of a shake up to our routines. Things could happen that are encouraging us to get out of that tight little box that we often hold ourselves in. Or you can do your ceremony and celebrations that like help you break out of that box and use that wild moon energy. This is a good moon to just like celebrate that inner wildness, dance around the bonfire with like your loved ones. And I'm always a big proponent of celebrating on the full moon rather than like releasing and doing another doing thing that we're always trying to improve ourselves. So celebrate like the people around the fire with you. Like what are things that you love and really appreciate about each one of them and yourself as well. So Ponderosa pine is an essential oil that I love for Capricorn because it is that grandmother sentinel of the forest type of energy. Then on July 9th, we have the waning half moon. And so this is that time where we look back at our previous new moon intention and we kind of check in and we sort of do that revision and revising of, you know, was I able to accomplish all that? Did everything happen there? Are there more things that I want to do? Is this part not in alignment with me anymore, but this part is coming on, right? That's the kind of stuff that we want to look at with the waning half moon and step into that. This last quarter moon is in Aries, and tea tree is a essence I love for Aries because it's that super protective, right? Everyone knows tea tree and uses tea tree for all those self-protection, health protection types of things. Okay, July 10th, Mars enters Virgo. So our divine masculine aspect enters Virgo, which is the like priestess type of energy. Or you could think of like the druid for the masculine, the one who's really connected into serving spirit, serving the people, even really in this spiritual way with the connection into the earth, right? That kind of earth priest druid type of energy. Mars is actional, right? So it's also an energy that we can take action around the earth, connecting into the earth, connecting into our spiritual connection with the earth, right? Blue spruce, which is our local Colorado state tree here, is a beauty for Virgo because it's really like grounding. It helps us to attune ourselves to the cycles of the earth. And she encourages our spiritual connection to the earth. Very Virgo, very Mars entering Virgo. The nodes change signs on July 17th. So that's a big deal. That's a big thing happening in July. They've been in Taurus and Scorpio, and now they're moving into Aries and Libra because the nodes go backwards through the signs. So the North Node is like the direction that we're heading. The nodes are the places where the sun and the moon meet. And so I love that imagery of like spirit and soul connecting at the nodes. This is where we have the eclipses on the nodes when the sun and the moon are near the nodes. So the nodes changing signs, our direction, right? The whole solar system is moving in this northerly direction. So we're moving towards that. Like that's why we move towards the North Node, which is moving into Aries. So this is this time of we're moving into, or there's an opportunity of more of our strength, confidence, individuality, right? That helps us protect and hold space for the people, because Aries is that serving other signs. So again, tea tree would be something that you could use for this, but also cinnamon leaf is another great Aries essence. That protector, cinnamon is just one of those like all over body protector essences. And cinnamon leaf is nice because it's not so hot on the skin. Eucalyptus mint, I'm going to recommend because the nodes are shifting on the Cancer new moon. So eucalyptus mint is amazing for Cancer. It's kind of like this inner child, loving, gentle eucalyptus that's very like protective and nurturing and nourishing, which is what this new moon energy is with Cancer. So there's an opportunity when we're setting our intentions, drop into what would be nourishing for you, what would be nurturing for you, how could you better nurture and nourish others once you're like full up with all of that Cancerian unconditional love. That's so much a part of Cancer for me. Also, if you happen to be here locally in the like Aspen, Carbondale, Colorado Valley area, you could join me for a Cancer new moon ceremony at True Nature Healing Arts, which you can find the link in my blog post, on my website, on their website, all of the above. So we'll be doing that on Thursday, July 20th from 6 to 7:30 in their beautiful Kiva and their incredible grounds there. Okay, July 20th, Venus enters the Soul Star Chakra, right? So we're moving up above the crown into that Soul Star Chakra. The crescent moon, waxing crescent moon, will meet with Venus in the evening sky. And that's when we have this movement into the next chakra of reclaiming more of that spiritual connection and energy for ourselves is the intention. And then that closes out our Venus cycle, because Venus is going retrograde. It's going to pass between us and the sun and then be reborn in the morning sky in Leo, starting a whole new Venus cycle, 19 months Venus cycle with Venus in Leo. So the overtone, the meta goddess of the whole Leo Venus cycle is Leo. I just said it. So anyways, that's amazing. And Lang Lang is one that I think is really beautiful for Leo, because it's like a heart opening essence that like heals our heart, helps open our heart, helps us stay with that inner love. You could also learn about and join the ceremonial journey that we will do with the Leo Venus cycle with me and Kaylin Castell on my website, and also at Venus Alchemy. We just made a little video today about the whole exciting Venus cycle in Leo coming. I'm so excited because it's my Venus return. I can't wait. And that's starting in August. Okay, so white fur, I'm going to recommend for the Soul Star Chakra, because that is just such a lovely essence to just like smell and be with. But it definitely just takes the energy up and out and helps connect us more into our spiritual connections. Venus goes retrograde on July 22nd, the same day that the sun moves into Leo. So Venus in Leo has been moving towards Mars each night. If you're looking in the sky, now Venus is going to go retrograde and start to come back across the part of the sky where she's been, and the sun is moving forward, and they're going to come together till Venus is between us and the sun, what we call the metamorphic underworld, because it's fast and happens quickly. We can't see Venus. And then shortly thereafter, she's born into the morning sky in Leo for the Venus Leo cycle, which I am personally so pumped for, because I think it's such an amazing opportunity for us to tune into a deeper self-love and a greater empowerment around the divine feminine, which is so important in our world, and greater self-love and more sovereignty, right? The divinity of Leo are things that I think we really need and will be helpful in our world, right? I mean, if we all took that 19-month cycle to just work on self-love, we would come out the other side different in a huge way. So I'm super psyched. Last thing I'm going to touch on is the July 25th is the waxing half moon. So the growing, expanding moon filling with that light each night inspires us to just kind of look back at that new moon intention we just set about a week ago and tune in, right? Are we taking actions to help bring that into manifestation, to help bring that into what we're wanting to create with that intention, right? It's easy to forget those intentions. And so that first quarter moon reminds us to remember and stay connected into that energy. So I hope this is helpful. Wishing you well for July. And like I said, all the dates, everything are on my website. All the ceremonies, the diving into the Venus cycle, any of that kind of stuff. If you're interested and you want to learn more, is all available there. All right. Wishing you well. Thanks. Bye.